Hey folks, this is another quick video to answer some questions that I have gotten about how to read the colors when you're doing an in-the-hoop or an applique design, because it doesn't really make sense if you're new to machine embroidery. So I'm going to talk about that and show you a few different designs, and also while I was looking, I found some designs that are doing it wrong, so I understand why you're confused, and let's kind of go over that, and hopefully it'll all make sense, and next time you do an applique or an in-the-hoop design, you'll know what to do with those color charts. So I'm going to start off with this applique bow, and the designs that I'm using are on Creative Fabrica. Some of them are my own designs, some are other people's, but I'm not going to tell you where they come from. Some of these have some issues. Normally I do recommend Creative Fabrica for your membership to get downloads from, but I have had bad designs from there. There's some really great digitizers and there's some not so great. So it's just like Etsy, any marketplace, you have to be careful what you download. But this one here is a simple applique, and this is typically what you're going to see with an applique. It starts with a placement stitch. You put your fabric on top, and then it does a tack down stitch. That's your second color. And then you cut away the fabric around the edge, and then it comes and it does the satin stitch around the border. So that is the typical three-step applique that you're going to see. As far as what color to use, like this designer had pear and dolphin blue and deep purple. That makes no difference at all. That means nothing to you. Ignore it. It doesn't matter what color. Now, it might be if you want to match the particular outline color that they have, like if you're doing, Valentine's and you want the hot pink they used, then sure, go ahead and get the thread that they're using. That's fine. But those colors are only there so that the machine will stop so that you can do the next step, like place your fabric or fold something or whatever. They're not there for you to use that color. And that goes for any applique or in-the-hoop design. The colors that the designer picks and puts into the color chart like this right here are just so the machine will stop. It's also so it looks that, the design will look good when we do the little auto printouts and stuff when we're selling listings. But for you can use whatever color you want. For this applique, I would use the same thread color in each of these steps. I wouldn't change my thread color at all because there's no reason why your placement and tack down can't match. They're going to be hidden by the satin stitch anyway. That's typically what you would do with applique. So this is what you would normally see. However, let's go down to this exact same digitizer. They have another bow design. And here's the color chart for this one because this one has a running stitch that goes through the satin stitch. And I'm like, what's all this blue and white happening here? What is going on? I think that there was a mistake that they forgot to consolidate all of their colors. If your machine cuts jump stitches, it's going to jump stitch and cut your threads, and it's not going to matter. This is fine. It'll take a lot longer, but it'll still work. But if you're on a single needle and you have to go and change from white thread and then the blue thread and then the white thread, and then you're not going to do it. I wouldn't. I'm way too lazy for that. This looks like a mistake to me. I think that they I can't see why they would do it that way. Even though, yes, I do understand that it's one of these side bow designs and you cut out the shirt here, but there's still no reason why they would have to do this all piecemeal. So be careful. Sometimes when you're buying designs, you may find something that it's not really digitized the way that it should be. So I can understand being confused on that because I was like, what is this? Here's another example of another side bow from a different designer on Creative Fabrica. And this one is another one where I'm like, what are they doing? What is happening here? Because there's only two colors. And there's no color chart. I mean, you just get these two, purple and red. And so I could see why if you're brand new to applique, you're like, what is happening? And that's all they give you is all these charts. So they're all different sizes. So again, I understand why you're confused by this sometimes because this is not like, there's no standard, but this is not standard. If there was a standard, and I wish there was, this is not how it should look. You should have a placement, a tack down, and a satin stitch. And this one, they just combine the placement and the tack down into one stitch, and they're probably thinking, well, you just go back and run color one again for your tack down. That's not how we should be doing things. So, I can see why people are confused because you're going to run into some issues. Another example, let's look at, okay, here's one of my appliques. And of course, I think I do things the right way because I am very have a lot of attention to detail. So I go one step further when I do appliques. I don't even put thread colors in there, and I don't use them on my color chart. I use a custom thread palette so that it prints out and it says black, because this actually you would use black thread for that. But then it says applique placement guide, tack down stitch. Step 4 is your applique border stitches. So it's actually telling you what the machine is going to stitch next, not what color to use. But when you're on your machine is going to show a black, a light gray, a medium gray, and a dark gray. So when you're on your machine, you're not going to know. You're going to need this color chart next to you to keep everything straight. And that's for applique. A lot of you, though, if you've been doing a lot of applique, you can just look at it and you know, okay, that's going to be the tack down. But if you're new to it, keep that chart handy, because applique is probably not going to come with instructions. It's just going to come with the color chart, and you're just supposed to know what the order of steps is. Let's switch over to In-the-Hoop designs. And again, I'm going to start with, let me start with one of mine. This is a free Sock Monsters. I've moved it over to Creative Fabrica. Some of you pulled it off of Superpeer before, and that site is closing down. So I had to move it over to Creative Fabrica. You can still get this you can make these guys for free. And In-the-Hoop, you need to have instructions. So In-the-Hoop is different than applique. If you buy an In-the-Hoop design and it doesn't have a PDF instruction document, I would go and ask the digitizer designer, hey, where's the instructions? It's not in my zip file. And if they say there's not any, I wouldn't buy from them again, because In-the-Hoop really needs instructions, like step by step. I tell you like what tools you need, what materials you need. This is pretty standard for In-the-Hoop digitizers. Photo instructions are in there. And then once you get to the end, again, there's more. I put a lot of photo instructions in, and this is a PDF, so you can blow it up. If you can't see those photos, you can get up close and say, oh, okay, hand stitches, I get it. And then I also give you, again, the color placement charts. When you're stitching, you could use this as a little cheat sheet. But it tells you, here's the placement, and you put your fabric on top. Here's the face tack down, and then you would stitch that, cut that down. White of the eyes, black face details, and then you put the other fabric on and you stitch the seams. That's typically how you would do like an In-the-Hoop kind of plushie. This is an oversimplified one because it's a freebie. Let me switch over to another designer who I think does a really good job with their instructions. I'm not sure if it's a man or a woman. And I will say, I'll put up on the screen who this is, because I don't mind sharing when they're really great. This one is an In-the-Hoop scissor case. It has a little scissor design on it, and it comes in a bunch of different sizes. That's why there's a bunch of these. But you have the color chart. Now, if you were only looking at the color chart, you wouldn't know what to do with this, because sure, you get a placement, and I'm assuming that goes on stabilizer, but I don't know what these lines are for. I don't know where to put my fabric. You don't need to know from this chart, because this chart is just a supplement to the actual instructions, which are further back. And let's get through. Each size has different, like how many stitches and everything, so they give you all of that information. Okay, hold on to your eyes, come on, speed through and get down to the instructions here. So then they have a YouTube tutorial, so you can watch a video on how it's done. You can, let's see, it gives you how much fabric to cut for all of the different sizes and different hoops that you need. So this is great instructions, and again, photo instructions, and it tells you first thing you do is you stitch your stabilizer, put your placement on there, and then you stick this down, and then you put that on top. That's what an In-the-Hoop instruction should look like. It doesn't matter what color thread you're using. You choose the thread to match your design. Like in this case, you can see there's a brown thread in there because she's using brown fabric. So that's what you would do. It doesn't matter that on her actual color chart, sorry, hold on to your eyeballs again, because we're going to wee all the way back up again. So here, she had the color blue on there. So your machine is going to say color 1 blue, and you're going to be like, I don't know what to do with color 1 blue. Well, no, you don't, because you have to go and read the instructions. And it will say, stitch color 1. Doesn't matter what color thread you have. Choose it, to match your fabric. So that's how that all works. So if you're confused about what the colors mean, and if you're thinking, and this may seem silly to those of you who have done In-the-Hoop projects before, but it is not unusual for a new person to say, well, I don't want to use blue, green, and red on my brown scissor case. I don't want those colors. What? Well, put whatever color in your machine you want. This is not a law. This is just to make the machine stop so you can do the next step. If you're thinking, hey, as a digitizer, you can program stops in there. Yes, you can, and you'd be surprised how many machines will ignore them and keep stitching. So the safest way to make the machine stop is to change colors, which is why we as digitizers have to put these colors in. And sometimes it's easier to just use these. She may even have the, like in DST file, it's not even going to show blue. It's going to show something else because it has its own way of displaying colors. So ignore the actual color on the in-the-hoop instructions here. Just do the color that they tell you, because like back on my instructions it says hoop some stabilizer first right here on step 1, and then stitch color 1, and your machine is going to be queued up with color 1, and you stitch that. And then it tells you do all of these things, and then way down here stitch color 2 to tack this down, and then each thing that you do. So good in-the-hoop instructions will guide you through all that so that the actual color chart that is also included doesn't really mean as much unless you just want to know, hey, what's that first color going to do? Well, it's going to do this. The seam looks like this. There's no opening. The instructions tell you why there's no opening. So hopefully that makes sense to you of what the colors mean and how it doesn't match up with the actual thread color you're going to use versus what the instructions are telling you. And also, if it's confusing, because if all, like on Applique, if all you have is the color chart and not instructions, and that's common for Applique, it doesn't matter. Remember, placement, tack down, and then satin stitch. And if it's not following that order or it looks weird, then that's something that digitizers just kind of, out there doing something a little crazy. And I don't blame you for being confused, because I was on some of these as well that you saw examples of. So hopefully that all makes sense. Now you understand what the thread colors mean in Applique and in-the-hoop designs, and that they don't really mean that much. There's just steps that you got to do or go find the instructions. That's all I got on that. If you have questions, please leave comments down below, and I'll try to help you as best I can figuring out what all these are all about. See you later, folks.